Good morning, children. This is Shweta ma'am here. I hope that you all are staying at your home and keeping well, and all of you are getting the study materials per week. So, if you are having any type of queries regarding the study materials, you are free to send it to me. I will try to solve your queries as per the requirement. Okay? And I would request everybody to keep the materials safely in a separate folder because for your future reference. Okay, so let's start with the online lesson of today. Firstly, to start with the plant kingdom, we need to know about the different classification system. So there are mainly three types of classification systems present. What are those? Artificial system, natural system and phylogenetic system. So three types of classification system are present. Firstly, artificial system of classification. In this system of classification, only one or few superficial characteristics were taken into consideration, and this was very much helpful in easy identification of the organisms. Secondly, the natural system of classification. In this system of classification, the natural affinities among the different organisms were being considered, and in this one, both the external as well as internal features were being taken into consideration. And third system of classification is phylogenetic system of classification, which indicates both evolutionary as well as generic relationships among organisms. And in this system of classification, it was also based on the fossil records of biochemical, anatomical, morphological, physiological, embryological as well as genetical. So this system of classification, this phylogenetic system of classification, it included a broad adversity conditions. So starting with the kingdom plantae. So this plant kingdom is being divided into two basic categories. What are those? Cryptogamy and phanerogamy. Cryptogamy are the non-seeded plants and phanerogamy are the seeded plants. The cryptogamy, it includes three types: Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. And phanerogamy, it includes again two types: Gymnosperms and Angiosperms. So in this lesson, we will learn about the three different types of cryptogamy, that is Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. So starting with Thallophyta. So Thallophyta are the algae which are being present. So the branch of botany means what? The plant biology, which is dealing with the study of algae, is called what? Phycology or algology. And what is this derived from? Which word? Phycos, which means alga or seaweed. So these algae, they are very much simple, autotrophic, non-vascular plants and having unicell sex organs and no embryo formation. So firstly, simple, we can understand the body is very simple in organization. Autotrophic, why? Because they can photosynthesize and make their food. Non-vascular, why? Because they does not constitute of xylem and phloem, and they are having the unicell, that means one cell sex organs, and in which no embryo formation is taking place. So this thallus formation, this is ultimately having two forms. One is unicellular form, another one is multicellular form. The algae which are one-celled, they can be motile or non-motile. These are the unicellular forms, and these multicellular forms are again of different types. That means multiple celled. So the types of algae, it includes mainly three types. What are those? Chlorophyceae, Phaeophyceae and Rhodophyceae. Chlorophyceae is the green algae, Phaeophyceae is the brown algae and Rhodophyceae is the red algae. So we quickly move on to a chart. This chart you can find in your NCERT books also, children. So you can refer to that also. So in this chart you will see, as I have mentioned, three types are present. Chlorophyceae is the green algae, Phaeophyceae is the brown algae and Rhodophyceae is the red algae. So what are the major pigments present? In case of Chlorophyceae, it is chlorophyll A and B, which is ultimately creating the green color. In case of Phaeophyceae, it is chlorophyll A, C as well as fucoxanthin. So this fucoxanthin is responsible for the brown color. And Rhodophyceae, it is having the pigments chlorophyll A and D and phycoerythrin. This phycoerythrin is responsible for the red color of the algae. What are the different stored foods? In case of Chlorophyceae, it is starch. In case of Phaeophyceae, it is mannitol or laminarin. And in case of Rhodophyceae, it is Floridian starch. Next, the cell wall. We all know the plant cells composed of cellulose. So cellulose will obviously be present. In case of Chlorophyceae, cellulose is present. In case of Phaeophyceae, along with cellulose, algin is present. This is quite a characteristic feature of brown algae. And Rhodophyceae, again, cellulose is present. Next, coming to flagellar number and their positions. So this flagella, why it is important? It's important for the motility or the movement of that particular organism. So this flagella in case of chlorophycid is 2 to 8, equal in nature and apical in position. That means present at the tip positions. Phaeophycid is 2, unequal, that means size is varying, and is lateral, that means present sideways. And rhodophyceae, we can see it is absent, that means this rhodophyceae, the members of this algae, they are non-motile in nature. Next, coming to the habitat. Firstly, chlorophyceae, it is having in a freshwater, brackish water as well as salt water. It is prominent in all three. Phaeophyceae, it is present rarely in freshwater, whereas in brackish and salt water it is being present mostly. And rhodophyceae, it is being present, some are present in freshwater, brackish water, and mostly they are present in salt water conditions. So we can say they prefer the saline water conditions. So from this diagrams also you can see that the green algae here present, from the color you can see here is the brown algae or the Phaeophyceae, and next one is the red algae or the Rhodophyceae. So we will move on to the next type of cryptogram, that is Bryophyta. So Bryophyta is derived from two words. Bryon means moss and phyton means plants. So these are the simplest and primitive land plants. Why land plants? Because they are constituting of the vascular bundles such as xylem and phloem. So due to their peculiar type of habitat, they are considered as the amphibians of the plant kingdom. Now why amphibian? Because this bryophytes are present in both land as well as aquatic conditions. Right. So these bryophytes, they usually prefer to grow where? In moist and shady places. So these bryophytes, they are the shed loving organisms. And these bryophytes, they are having in diverse habitat, as I have mentioned. What are those? Aquatic habitat. For example, you can see many examples are written. Please go through that. As well as the dry habitats. For example, you can see again many examples are written. You can go through that. So sexual reproduction, how it is taking place? The male sex organ is called antheridium and the female is referred to as the archegonium. So these two are being present. So the fusion occurs between antheridium and archegonium, and thereby the process of sexual reproduction is taking place. So what are the different types of Bryophyta? The Bryophyta includes various mosses as well as the liverworts. So two types are being present, and as I have mentioned, they are preferring the moist and shady areas in the hills. So we will see one diagram here. This diagram again you have in your NCERT, you can go through that. So here you can see this picture A and B. These two are the mosses, and this picture C and D. These two are the this A and B, these are the liverworts, and C and D, these are the mosses. So firstly, this bryophytes, you can see from the structure, the mosses and the liverworts, they are different looking from each other. So firstly, the liverworts. The liverworts are also called the Hepaticopsida, and they usually grow where? In the moist and shady places such as banks of streams, marshy ground, damp soil, barks of trees, as well as deep in the woods. So what is the thallus content? This thallus content is dorsoventral and closely appressed to the substrate. So if you can see that they are dorsiventral in nature, that means dorsal side as well as ventral side is present, and they are substrated to the nature. That means these rhizoids, they are present in close association with the soil. So what are these rhizoids? These rhizoids, they are unicellular. They are having the function of like that of roots in case of plants, and they may be of two types in case of liverwort. They may be smooth wall as well as tuberculate. So both are being present. Smooth wall is smooth in nature, and tuberculate, that means there are some variations or branching patterns present. Reproduction, two types of reproduction are taking place. One is asexual reproduction, which is occurring through gamma and gamma cup. Here you can see the gamma cup are being present, right? So it is occurring through that, the asexual reproduction. And sexual reproduction, it is occurring through what I have mentioned, that Antheridia and Archegonia is present. So you can see Archegoniophore in case of females, through which Archegonium will be formed, and Antheridiophore in case of males, through which Antheridia will be formed, and this is a process of sexual reproduction. Example of what? Rixia, Markensia, Pellia, Porella, and so on. So what are the mosses? The second class of bryophytes. So mosses are being referred to as a Bryopsida, and these grow in dense mats over moist and shady places, and especially during the rains, right? So how is the plant body? The plant body of this mosses is having two stages. The first stage is called the protonema stage, which develops directly from the spore, and the second stage is called the leafy stage, which develops from the secondary protonema as a lateral buds. And again, these mosses also are having the rhizoids, which are long multicellular membrane structure, and they have oblique septa. Septa means what? They have divisions. So what is the function of this rhizoids? This function of this rhizoids is they are helpful in fixation and absorption of water. Like that in the plant roots are taking place. So in this case, the reproduction, you can see two types of reproduction are taking place. One is vegetative reproduction, another one is sexual reproduction. Vegetative reproduction is taking place how? It is occurring by the process of fragmentation and budding. Right, these two processes we have read in class 10 also. Fragmentation means what? There are certain fragments from the mother body which is being ultimately forming the next generation. And budding means the bud-like structures which are the outgrowths which are again falling to the substratum, and under favorable conditions they are forming the new structures. Next is sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction again occurs by the Antheridia as well as Archegonia, and ultimately what happens after the fertilization process is being complete, then the zygote is being formed and which develops into a sporophyte consisting of foot, seta and capsule. So here you can see that the foot, seta and capsule are being present. So this is the gametophytic part of the organism and this is the sporophytic part of the organism, right? So this is all about mosses. So next we'll move on to the next and the last class of cryptogams, that is Pteridophyta. So this Pteridophyta is derived from the word pteron, which means feather, and phyton means plants. So this means these plants are like feathers or like fronds or ferns specifically. You have heard about ferns, right? So these ferns are included within this class of organisms. These are flowerless, seedless and spore producing vascular plants which have successfully invaded the land. So this Pteridophyta, they are referred to as the land vascular plants. Okay, so this Pteridophyta, they are mostly terrestrial, as I have mentioned, that the land vascular plants. The vascular tissues, the xylem and phloem, they are present all throughout the body. The xylem consists of what? Tracheids, and the phloem is made up of sieve cells and albuminous cells. The sporophylls. So sporophylls are what? The sporophylls are the leaf-like structures which are being present. So this leaf-like appendages are called sporophylls, and in some cases the sporophylls may form distinct structures which are called strobili or the cones. Many have seen the pine cones, right? So these cones are being formed from those sporophylls. So spores, two types of spores are present in pteridophytes. What are those? Homosporous and heterosporous. Homo means same and hetero means different. So wherever this same type of spores are being present, these are called homosporous, and wherever different types of spore are present, they are called heterosporous. How is the gametophytic structure? The thalloid gametophyte or prothallus, it requires cool, damp, shady places to grow, and the megaspores and microspores, they germinate and give rise to female and male gametes respectively. Now you might question, where is this megaspore and microspore coming from? So in this heterosporous organisms, there are two types of spores are present, I have mentioned. So one is megaspore, which is the female one, and another one is microspore, which is the male one. So ultimately these megaspores are giving rise to female gametophyte and microspores are being giving rise to male gametophytes. What are the sex organs? Like that of Bryophyta, the sex organs, the male ones is referred to as Antheridia and the female one is referred to as the Archegonia. So in this lesson we have studied the three types of cryptogams, right? In case three types are the Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. The Thallophyta, three classes we have studied: Chlorophyceae, the green algae; Phaeophyceae, the brown algae; and Rhodophyceae, the red algae. So they are having different structural patterns. In case of Bryophyta, we have studied that these are the amphibians of the plant kingdom. Why? Because they are growing in both land and water, and this Bryophyta is again divided into two types, that is liverworts, Hepaticopsida, and mosses, Bryopsida. And they are having both gametophytic and sporophytic generations. The Pteridophyta, they are the first land vascular plants which is having two types of spores, that is homosporous, same spores, and heterosporous, two types are there: megaspore, that is a female one, and microspore, that is the male one. So hopefully you all have understood this lesson, class. Thank you so much.